Hi everyone, it's time for another episode of, or another issue I should say, of Build the Millennium Falcon. This is issue 24. I'm a bit behind. I had to stop doing this for a little while as I've just moved house, so sorry for the delay, but starting to get back up and running. This is where I'm now going to be building the models. It's just basically it's a shed. Don't have a garage anymore, but it'll do for now. Just need to get some power in here, so I can't do much yet, but at least I can get on with some of this. So that's all for now. I'll open it up and we'll see what we're doing, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so basically this week we're just adding more framework. I'd already gone ahead, as you know I'm a bit impatient, and done quite a bit of this that I shouldn't have done already. I'm really just catching up now. This is catching up rather with where I got to. So at the moment it's really just assembling all the next stage as we start to come around the corner here. We've got another one of these big long ribs to assemble. Passenger tube lower plating is on, and I'm just at the moment just at this stage here where we're adding a little bit of detail from one of the first issues actually, and then just going to continue it round as normal, really, as we have been doing. It's starting to look very much like the original one, the real one did, the full size one did, with all the framework. So anyway, pretty straightforward, just assembling framework as before, tiny little bit of detail here, and looks like we're putting on some new panels in a moment, so I'll do a bit more and come back with a bit of an update. There wasn't too much point filming assembling this, because by now if you're building one of these along with me, then you'd have already done quite a bit of framework assembly. It's just more of the same, really. Just make sure you use the right screws, don't over tighten them, and obviously don't get them cross threaded. So just take your time, get it together nice and sort of smoothly, as it were, so that the bits that need to be disassembled later can be. That's about it, really. Anyway, I'll catch up with you again in a little bit. I'll just get a bit more done. Okay, that's the rest of the framework completed for issue 24. So we've got what we had already, and we're now starting to come around this side. We've got a bit more hull plating, bit of damage here that needs improving. Obviously that doesn't look terribly good as it is, but it's at least it marks it. But yeah, we're really starting to come on now. So it's getting the weight starting to build as well. Interesting. Right, okay, so that's pretty much it for issue 24. Still deliberating whether to take all the plating off and just prime it and light block it on the inside, and there's a few people talking in the comments section about colours. There was one guy asking a question, I forget the name of the colour. There was another chap actually answered it, and I would go with him. That looks like a pretty good choice. I think the whole plating colour as it is actually very, very close. It's meant to be a kind of off-white, so I'm still deliberating whether to actually paint it. I've just experimented with whole panels and colouring, but it's all changeable still, so we'll see. Plenty of time to make a decision on that. But so that's really what we've got now. That's the new piece in place for issue 24, and I believe there's lots of warnings, by the way. At this point the weight's building up, but it's quite easy to flatten it or distort it or bend it, so it's time to start being rather careful. I'm assuming we're going to have to start using a jig soon to help support the weight so that it doesn't get bent. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll catch you later. Hi everyone. Okay, this is issue 25 of Build the Millennium Falcon. I'm just really starting straight off from where I left at the end of issue 24. As you can see, the lower hull's really coming across now, or coming along now. We're almost halfway. We've almost got half of it in place. So looks like we've got some more fiddly inside bits to do, more corridor walls by the look of it, with the padding, a bit more hull plating, a bit more hull frame. So let's open it up and see what we're doing this time. Okay, interesting bit here. We've got, for the first time, some quite vague instructions. Basically we're building up a bit more of the internal passageways and walkways, and we've got the cushions to fit as before. But looking at those aren't numbered, and all you can do is match them up with the ones that are shown there, and it's giving the number of the pad and then the corresponding number of the location of the part. So I would say it's quite important to test fit all of these, dry fit them, make sure you've got the right one before you start getting the glue anywhere near it, because it's not overly obvious. The shape of these are, I had to think about it, maybe I'm just getting old, but I had to think about it for a couple of minutes. So yeah, so when you get to this stage, just lay them out and try and replicate that pattern there in the book, and I think I've got them laid out the same. Hopefully you'd agree, but I dare say I'll find out as I start assembling the pieces. So yeah, so that's all really. Another interesting bit is we're removing the screws that we fitted earlier on these inside walls with little plastic plugs which hide the fact that they're there. So that's what these funny little chaps here are for. But anyway, there we go. All good fun. I'll make a start, but basically I'm just going to do these exactly as I did the last time round when we moved in those internal walls. Cut them nice and close to the sprue with a flat pair of cutters. Clean them up with a little sharp knife or file or a little bit of sandpaper or however you like to do that. Get them nice and clean and super glue them on. And there we go. Anyway, I shall do a bit of that and give you some progress reports as I go, and I'll flag up any potential issues for you as well as I go. Okay, excuse me. Once you manage to identify these pieces, the rest of it's all pretty straightforward. All the cushions fit nice and tidily, no problems at all. So yeah, the first bit is really just figuring out which of these is which, because they're similar shapes but not quite, and they're not numbered. But once you've got that bit sorted, you'll be fine. Okay, we're halfway there. No real problems to report. Everything's fitting together okay. Just be a little bit careful of the super glue, because I lost some fingerprints on that one. I actually got stuck, and on the back wall of there, that's my fingerprints. So I literally take the skin right off you. So yes, I've reverted back to putting a little bit of super glue on the cocktail stick, and then the cocktail stick through the holes to deliver the glue so you don't get too much. So yeah, pretty obvious until you forget it and go and stick your fingers together. Anyway, I'll do some more, catch you later, bye. Third piece of wall done, nothing really too interesting to report on that one, so just going to move straight ahead to the last one. Once you get into the flow of it, they're coming along pretty quick. And finally we have all pieces done, everything's ready, no major problems. The only thing, because you're putting the super glue through the holes, you can't help either get a little bit on your fingers or a little bit on the surface. I just had to prise this one off the surface because it had stuck. So yeah, just go easy with the super glue. But they are now ready to join the rest of the internal parts until we know where they're going to go. At the moment I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's no, they're too flat to be. I thought there might be this bit inside where the access way is to the quad cannons, but they're too flat for that, they're too straight. So must be elsewhere in the interior. The next bit looks like it's just replacing the screws with the 4 plastic studs provided, just so it looks a little bit neater. Good idea actually, get rid of the screws. So I shall do that next, and I think that's probably all we've got for this issue. So I'll get on with that, show you what it looks like, and then that's probably going to be it for this one. Okay, that is a fiddly bit. What I basically did, they give you a spare, I'm sure you can see just in there. It's like a little plastic rivet, and basically what you do is you just remove these 2 screws. Where can I show you? There, if I can get the light out. So you remove those 2 screws, top and bottom. You need to use the long screwdriver to get to the bottom one. You can access in straight through the door there, so you can see them. So you get to that one through the access panel, and you can do the top one quite easily. Got a little bit of glue on there unfortunately, so it needs a bit of a sand down and a tidy up, but I must admit, even with a bit of glue on there, it looks better than the screws did, so I'll give that a bit of a clean up later on, and that should look okay. But yeah, the walls now have no great big unrealistic sort of massively scaled screw head sticking out. So there we go. I think that's about it for this week. I'm just going to tidy that up, and then that's it for now. I think that's just 2 I've got for this video, so I'll probably do my usual thing and wait until I've got a 3rd. Because of the move of house, my broadband is I'm down to regular ordinary broadband at about 4 megabits per second. I've lost my Infinity, which I don't get back until the 14th, so it's a couple of weeks on slow broadband. So again, maybe a little delay putting the videos up, simply because they're going to take ages to upload on the slower broadband that I've got now, but we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching. I hope again it's been of some help somehow, any questions, obviously just put them in the comments, and thanks again. I'll see you next time. Take care.